Yo, 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 what's up? It's your boy OG Obadiah, coming to you with a different kind of video this time. Um, this is a video. This is a video that I said that I was gonna make. Y'all gotta excuse my daughter. I told y'all she's a crybaby. She cry about everything. But um, probably a few months ago, I said I was gonna make a video about my deceased son. His name was Keon. You can see him up here on the this obituary or whatnot. And the reason me um, showing you this obituary is a part of the story. And also, it's also proof as far as my story or whatnot. But to start it off or whatnot, I was 17 years old at the time that I met his mother. Um, Let me go ahead and put a picture up here right quick so y'all can get. This is the lady I had my son with, who you see right here. Um, I ain't gonna give her name up, but y'all see, I'm gonna get a picture up though. But I was 17 at the time. She was 21, so that makes it a four-year difference or whatnot. Um, at this time, I was off into the streets. You know what I'm saying? You know, doing all the stuff that I wasn't supposed to be doing, selling drugs, doing all kind of crazy stuff. But me and this girl hooked up. Um, Not too long after that, I would say probably not even a couple of months. She she ended up pregnant, and she's pregnant with my son here. Um, and the red flag should have came up when she didn't even like tell me she was going into labor because I came after the fact. You know what I'm saying? Probably a day or two, you know, after he was born and whatnot. So I don't know who was there with her. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was the other guy, and I'm gonna talk about him later on too. But um, she finally called me, and I came up there. I think I had like a little mini Ninja, a motorcycle. It probably went like about uh, like 50 miles per hour or whatever. You know, that was my transportation then. Um, this had to be like in 90, 92. Yeah, it was 92. But I go up there, you know, um, and I'm asking like, you know, what's his name and all that stuff, and she saying she named him Keon, and I'm thinking like, well, we done talked about this before. You supposed to be naming him after me, but you know, that was another red flag. But I really didn't, you know what I'm saying, really trip about it or whatnot, or you know, I ain't stay on it or whatnot. But you know, that was that. You know, mind you, now I still didn't know what his last name was. You know, I thought his last name was. She gave him my last name, or she gave him her last name or whatnot. But that wasn't the case. He didn't get my last name, or he didn't get her last name. The name that that he got was the guy who she was dealing with when she was dealing with me, who had him thinking that this was his son or whatnot. You know, but You know how a lot of women operate out here, you know what I'm saying? Not knowing that, you know, tragedy can happen behind this crap, you know. But eventually, stuff start coming up. Like I start coming around and I'm looking at stuff like, how people fill out the baby's name for I guess free diapers, milk and all that stuff. Well, one day I was over her house and I was snooping and I found, one of them papers or whatnot, and I'm like, who is this? Who name is this? I mean, I see the Keon, but uh this last name, who is this? You know what I'm saying? And she blew me off like, well, this is my I think it was I forget what she told me because it was like, she everything come out of her mouth is a lie. I had to find that out, further down the line or whatnot. But I had did some more snooping and I found, I guess you can call it a diary or whatnot. And in this diary or whatever it was, she had got money from me, OG, and then she's for Keon, for my son, and then she had got money from Kayvon. Notice the name, Kayvon. This is the dude name she was dealing with. I got money from Kayvon for Keon. So, I confronted her with this. And at the time I confronted her with this, she was at my mother's house or whatnot. We would frankly, be at my mom's house. I was in and out of town or whatnot, doing my thing. But I confronted her about it, and again, she tried to lie her way out of it or whatnot, and I was pissed off because I'm like, is this my son or is this somebody else's son? You know what I'm saying? And she always was, adamant that this was my son, and she never like she never gave me that feeling or that responsibility that this was my son or whatnot. Um, but at the time we was at my mother's house, I was pissed off and, me being, I think I was 18 at this time, I was a hothead. You know what I'm saying? I was just a hothead at that time. And, I was in my feelings and, I punched her in her forehead. Punched her in her, I just got mad and I punched her in the forehead. And I put a knot on her forehead. And, after that, we ain't talked for a minute. You know, we we ain't talked. I didn't see my son. I was like, okay, he ain't mine. He the other nigga baby or whatever. F it. That's the mindset I was in at that time, being 18 years old at this time. Um, so what years went on, we're not in touch with each other. I'm not seeing my son. I'm not even caring at this point in time. And I think about 22, 21, one of them, I got I got locked up. I got locked up for 5 years. And while I was in there, it was a guy that I knew from, our hood or whatnot, who knew her. And me and this guy, we was in a hole together. I had got into some trouble or whatnot, and I got put in a hole. But we was in a hole together, and he was like, "Man, don't you got a baby by this woman and this?" You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "Nah, man, that ain't my baby." So he was like, "Man, come on, man, that's your baby and all that." And I'm like, "No, no, it's not." You know what I'm saying? She got somebody else, who supposed to be his father or whatnot. And we went back and forth and all that stuff. So I guess it got to her that I was denying the child. And once I had got out, I had seen one of her friends, the friend who hooked us up, and she was like, that's your son. You can't deny that. That boy looked just like you and all that stuff. And I'm like, it's easy for you to say he looked like me and all that stuff. And at this time, he's a little boy. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really tell like that. Um, and I'm like, well, I let her know, like, look, she got some other man thinking that's his baby or whatnot. So I don't want to deal with it. Plus, you know what I'm saying? It's not like she's putting it out there that I'm the father or whatnot. I'm only hearing it from people that what I'm saying. We know each other. Like her friend was going with my cousin or whatever. That's how we got hooked up. So she'll tell people that know, what I'm saying, me or my cousin or my family or something like that. But anybody else, you know what I'm saying, it's the other guy baby or whatnot. But okay, after me coming out of prison, um, a couple of years go by. I meet my wife. You know what I'm saying? That's probably about 2003. So probably about 2004 is where me and my wife we ran into her um, at a Kentucky Fried Chicken, and my wife she didn't know who she was or whatnot, but we talked about it, and we've talked about this son that I had with her or whatnot, um, and at this time my wife she was like, go ahead, take care of your business or whatever, I like she really like I ain't got nothing to do with it. So me and his mother, we talking, and you know, I get her number, all that stuff. So we talking, and I'm asking her like, okay, well, when can I see my son? At this time, he probably like about 10 or 11. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, at this time, we were celebrating birthdays and stuff like that. And at this time, his birthday was coming up, and he was supposed to be having a party or whatnot. So, you know, I'm, let her know like, look, I want to come to his birthday party. Give him some gifts or whatever, some money or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, she was like, yeah, that's cool and all that, but I don't want you to tell him that you're his dad. And I'm like, what? What? What do you mean? And I'm like, why? You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't want to tell him the truth, that I'm his father or whatnot. And she was always coming with, well, I want to protect his feelings, you know. And, I never could understand it, but, I wasn't rolling with it. I was like, the hell with that. Either I'm gonna come and he gonna know I'm his daddy, or I will not come. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I didn't come, you know, and then I'm going a little bit too fast, but in between, because I don't want to leave nothing out. In between that time of me seeing her at Kentucky Fried Chicken and me, you know, talking to her, as far as trying to see if I can come to the birthday party, we've had other conversations or whatnot, and those those conversations was inappropriate. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna put it out there. You know what I'm saying? I was we was making advances at each other or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, didn't nothing happen, didn't nothing take place, anything like that. It was just talk, and the wife, he called me, well, called us, you know what I'm saying? Text messages and all that stuff. So it was one of them things where, I'm like, okay, that happened. So now what? Now what? Is this my son, or can I, deal with him? Or if not, then, we let's cut ties right now. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no sense in me going back and forth with you. You steady lying to me and this other man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna cut it off. You know, but something in the back of my mind always was telling me that was my son. It was something always in the back of my mind telling me that's your son. Regardless of what she did or whatever, you know what I'm saying? This is your son. Um, so, I left it alone. I said to hell with it. I'm not finna, you know what I'm saying, mess my marriage up for this stuff. Even if he is my son, I have no control over the situation or whatnot. You know, um, years go by. You know, years go by. My sister, she passed away. Um, some kind of way, we had got in touch back with each other, and this time, I'm strictly about, my son, kid. I'm like, like, oh, and at this time, I think he about 16. He's 16 or something like that, and he get in trouble. He get in trouble with the law for a gun or something like that. He was supposed to have been protecting his brother, some shit that his brother done started, and he going behind his brother shit. That's basically what happened or whatnot. And he got, I think he did what? Hmm. Matter of fact, he was 17, and he had did 5 years. And also the gun that he took and got charged with and got in all his trouble with was her gun. It was her gun. Him trying to protect his his little brother. Let me get that picture up right now. This was his little brother, the more lighter kid or whatnot. Oh yeah, and they always used to joke with Keon because he was darker, you know, than him and his sister, which had light skinned fathers or whatnot. Plus she was light skinned. So, but this why he went to prison behind his little brother or whatnot, and got all kind of charges put on him. So he had to do these 5 years. Um, Now I had known that he had went to jail, but I just hadn't talked to her yet. But when I eventually talked to her, because my sister had died at this time, um, I was trying to, get his information from prison, get his last name and all that, you know what I'm saying? But she told me that he had her last name. I'm getting online. I'm trying to I'm trying to y'all excuse me too. Come on, why don't you go in there with your mom? Please. Where was I? Oh yeah, I'm trying to get his last name and get his information so, I can send him some money. Let him know, look, I'm your pops. You know what I'm saying? Just, trying to get him to, hear me out or whatnot, because I don't know what she done told this my son or whatnot about me. To this day, I still don't know. You know, but whatever. Um, so I found out, I couldn't find nothing, as far as me looking, you know, and at the what is it? What do they call that? They call it something when you can look up people that's in prison or whatnot. Um, but I couldn't find him nowhere. So I left it alone. I said, okay, whatever, Maybe when he get grown, he get older, I see him, I'll tell him what the real is or whatnot. So um, one day I'm looking on Instagram. Sorry about that, I had a little technical difficulties. But I'm on Instagram and I see his sister got a page or whatnot. So I just followed her, you know, and you know how you follow somebody on Instagram. Sometimes they don't even know that you follow them if they, not paying attention or whatnot. But I was following her for a while, and one day, 2000 and what was it? I want to say 2015. Might have been 2015, 2014. One of them. 2000. I want to say 2015 though. But I was just so happen to, when you go up the Instagram page or whatever, I see her with with him, like my brother home. So I'm like, okay. And not only that, he had um his name under the, you know, saying who he was as far as him having an Instagram page or whatnot. So, I took that, looked him up on Instagram or whatnot, hurried up and shot him a message like, look, dude, you don't know me, but I know you. And it's very important that you get in touch with me. You know what I'm saying? Because this, he didn't, last time he seen me, he was a year old. You know what I'm saying? So he don't know what it looked like, none of that stuff. So he texted me back. He was like, all right, that's cool. So he shot me his number and I called him. And, I'm like, what's up, man? And, he's, what's going on? And I'm like, I know you don't know who I am, but, I'm your real pops, and, it seemed that it didn't do nothing to him, like he didn't have no kind of feelings behind it or whatnot. You know, I guess he was just, at that point in time, he was happy to be out of prison, you know. Um, but, me on the other hand, I was kind of like, you ain't gonna, like, talk to your mama or, you're not gonna try to see why she did this, the purpose of you having another motherfucker's nigga name. Uh, like, come on, fellas. You know what I'm saying? If that's us, then they gonna goddamn tie us to the stake and set fire to that motherfucker. You know. But I'm just like, damn. It wasn't like I was running from you or hiding from you or anything like that. You know, I was actually looking for him a couple of times. Like, if this my son, then why I'm not in his life. You know what I'm saying? And it all when he passed away, it all made sense. This girl was lying about everything, everything. And I mean, when I mean she was lying about everything, everything come out of her mouth was a lie, was a lie. Cause well, when we found out, you know, when I found him, and you know, we was talking and all that stuff, you know, I cracked on him for a blood test. You know what I'm saying? Thinking he was gonna be offended, but he wasn't offended. Maybe he wanted to really know, you know. But but we eventually got the blood test, and it came back 99.9. You know what I'm saying? And I'm mm, like all them years is gone down the drain. And the first thing I did was call her. The first thing I did was I called her and I sent the results to her. You know, so I can have my proof, everything. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I didn't call her anything like that. I had sent I sent a message on Messenger, and you know, I just went off. Like, how could you give my son another motherfucker's name? You know what I'm saying? And like, why did you continue on with this lie? You know, and she just blew it off of like, oh, we wasn't even like that. You could have called me. We could have talked about it and all that, and you going all off and all this stuff. You know, I ain't even want to respond back to her. I didn't respond back to her. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, try to patch things up with my son. You know, let him know it wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? And let him know, look, I ain't perfect. You know, I've done some things in my life that, you know what I'm saying, I'm not, you know, too happy about. But they happen. It's already, you know, done or whatnot. But at this time, you know, I'm communicating with my son. You know what I'm saying? He he come to me and he feel like this guy that he met in prison, like he might know me. And true enough, he did know me. Um, this guy who I'm talking about, this is the guy who actually killed him. His name, we called him Bojangles. Uh, Bojangles was one of his nicknames, and Man was one of his nicknames. But he's a he's a lot older, you know, than my son. I think my son was dealing with him like when he was 23, 24, something like that. Um, and once I found out who the guy was, you know, I automatically told my son, like, look, dude, you can't deal with this dude. And I told my son, I said, this dude is a killer. He a killer. You shouldn't have no dealings with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should stop messing with him, you know? And I tried to warn my son. Her not knowing none of this stuff, her not knowing the guy or none of that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Uh, my son has been around him when he was about 1 years old. This is the time when I was, you know, running with my cousins and stuff. Because he came from my cousins. It was my cousin's friend. You know, my cousins is a lot older than me. You know, they probably got like a 10-year difference, you know, over me. So this man, he's a lot older. You know, like he probably was in his 50s when this happened. Um, but at this time, you know, you know, I even talked to the guy. You know what I'm saying? Because my son was like, here, you know, Bojangles want to talk to you. So I'm like, well, for real? So I get the phone and I'm like, what's up, dude? And he was like, oh, gee, what's going on? You know, and I just cut him off. I'm like, y'all got to excuse my language and whatnot. But I'm like, look, dude, look, I don't fuck with you, dog. The last time that I had, you know what I'm saying, communication with you is when you robbed my boy. He robbed my boy for about 17, 20,000. You know what I'm saying? Put the gun to him and robbed him. And you know, we was on the lookout for this man, but we couldn't find him. And that's the last time this happened. Um, when did this happen? This happened like my son probably was still a little boy when this happened. You know what I'm saying? He probably still was a little boy. But, you know, how can I forget this? And how can I forget, you know, how scurvy this nigga is or whatnot? Or how scandalous this nigga is. So, you know, I'm arguing with this nigga on the phone and I'm like, nigga, like fuck you, dude. You know, you need to stay away from my son too. And I hung the phone up, told him, look, dude, don't fuck with this guy. This dude is a killer. I ain't say he was gonna kill you or anything like that, but I'm warning you. This guy's a killer. This is a guy that you shouldn't even be affiliated with. So I gave my son a warning. I gave him a warning. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know this was gonna happen, you know, but it did. And let me bring this picture up right quick. Oh, okay, here we go. I'm bringing this picture back up. Let me make sure y'all can see it. Okay, I'm trying to take a little bit of the light out of it so y'all can see it, but I don't think that's gonna work. But I'm gonna read some of the stuff. Um, yeah, but he was born May 15th, 1992, and he got murdered August the 30th, 2015. And I mean, I didn't even want to go to the funeral. Like I didn't. I didn't even want to go to the funeral or whatnot. But this is like the part I want y'all to see. Let me see if I can bend down on this right quick, cause I don't have no reason to lie. I don't. Oh, come on, now you gotta stay up. I don't have no reason to lie. Okay, this is his obituary. This is the first page of his obituary, and it reads Keon Christian Du Bois, and they got in parentheses Bullock. This is, the name that this is her last name, the name that she said she gave him or whatnot. But, and this Du Bois, that's the other guy name. Say was born May 15th, 1992, to Martisha Bullock in Detroit, Michigan. Okay? Now he was just born to a woman. Where's the father at? Was born May 15th to Martisha Bullock in Detroit, Michigan. He accepted Christ at an early age. Keon attended Warren Mott High School, graduating in 2010. He played football during his high school career. Where is his father at? Excuse me, y'all. Where's his father at? There's no mention of his father in here. No name, no nothing. This is my first time ever seeing a obituary like this, where there's no father on there. I mean, at least you would have a stepdad. You know what I'm saying? But no, nothing. Let me finish reading. This next paragraph. It says Keon was employed at Twins Auto and 7 Mile Barbershop. His favorite sports were football and basketball. He also enjoyed swimming, bowling, shopping for hats, shoes, PS3, Xbox, joking around. Oh, girls. Let's go to this next paragraph. Uh, let me try to. You know what? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it like this. Do it like this. See if this will work. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. All right. It says he leaves to cherish his memories, his mother, Martisha Bullock, sisters, uh, Crystal, who is her oldest daughter, Ashley. I do not know that person. Um maybe that's the guy um who she said who she was claiming his father is behind my back. But Ashley, because I don't know them. Aisha, right? Alicia, brother Kevin, who is the son of the guy who she's putting my son on. That's his son for real, right? His grandparents, Jane Wilson and Cynthia. Oh, I'm doing it. And Cynthia Bullock and Ivory Bullock, niece Kaya, nephew Kevin Jr., aunts Selena, Ray, Bernita, Randy, Renee. Now this is my sister here. It's my youngest sister. Terry is my oldest deceased sister. Okay. And I got two more other sisters that wasn't even on here, right? Okay. Chanel, David, or whatever that is. Okay. Hold on, wait a minute. Okay. This is my other sister, Jackie. And now there's one more sister that wasn't mentioned. And she came to the funeral with me and she seen this obituary also. And yeah, she got one too. And Ruby, go to your mama. All right. Come on. Uncles, Darius, Andre, Ivan, and Walter, which is my brother. Walter is my brother. Emmanuel, James, Kenneth, Starr, Ivan, Michael, Keith, Asia, and Jada, a host of other relative, and friends, right? But in here, you don't see nothing about a father. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? This the games that she was playing or whatnot. And then, they got the next page or whatnot where it's, people leaving, writing letters or whatnot. Like this first one was from his sister Crystal. And it reads, "You have always been my baby. It was Crystal, Keon, and Kevin, and our queen." Wow. Says, "I love you more than life and always will. I don't know what to say because I don't know how to feel, but I know that I love you, and just saying it, just enough. I'll never let you go. A piece of me is gone with you, but we will meet again. We have to. God wouldn't give you to us and take you away the way that you left and not let us meet up again. I need a tight hug, one of your gross kisses. I need you to come in the house and start wrestling. I need for us to get on mama nerves and make her laugh, although she wants to tell us to get on. I need you, Kevin. She says, I need you and Kevin to do something crazy so I can shake my head and tell y'all how bad y'all are. I need you back. I have to have you back. This can't be it. I'm trying, Keon. I'm trying so hard to accept this. Please, Lord, forgive me for asking why. Forgive me for my anger. Forgive me for finding it so hard to accept this. Love, Crystal. This is another one. This is his brother right here. The shit starter. Um, and it reads, "Lost for words. I anticipated your presence for 5.5 years anxiously, dying to be with my brother again like back in the day." And I guess he's talking about, him going to prison or whatnot. Um, we had our real moments since you came home. We fought, pulled numbers together, even got stupid wasted since you've been back. But I never thought losing you like this could happen. I won't ever have that part of me anymore till we meet in the next lifetime. Times I just wish I let you take that trip with me, but you will forever be with me, KK. I love you, big bro, always. R.I.P. Kato, the king, Kevin. Um, I guess it's one of your cousins. I love you, cousin. You will always be my best friend, and just like we were since kids. We will always be together. See you soon, twin Christian. Um, I don't know who this Dorothy is, but let's find out. I saw Keon come into this world. He smiled a lot and brought me so much joy. My first boy, my first love. Our time apart never diminished. My love and death will never take my memories. He lives forever wherever I am. I don't know who that is. This is Brandon. I don't know who this is. To my brother, Keon, you had a light about your spirit that would brighten a room, always laughing and joking. You truly had a good heart, and you will be forever missed, Brandon. This is right here. I guess this is supposed to be his pops. This is the only time when his pops is mentioned or whatnot. And for the record, this did not come from me. You know what I'm saying? I barely knew my son. I didn't know him. I could tell you what he looked like, but as far as his character or whatnot, I couldn't tell you. I was lost on that. But it says, I remember telling Keon when he first came home that the balances of power is back in our favor. And, this can't be me because when he first came home, I wasn't around. I didn't even know he was out of prison or whatnot. remember, I didn't know he was out of prison until I looked on his sister Instagram or whatnot. So this got to be the other guy, whatnot. It got to be him. It says, jokingly, I told him that I was tired of all these yellow people around me, and he laughed and said, I got you, Pops. We here, we in the building. This kid here had something special. In the short time that I've spent with him, there are so many wonderful things. There are so many wonderful things I could say about him. But what I will say is he definitely had a genuine heart with an infectious smile and attitude. He will be truly missed. Love, Pops. Like, I don't know who that is. It's just say love, Pops or whatever. I don't know. Next one. When God blessed me with my first grandson, the wings of heaven opened and surrounded him. He is dancing with the angels, and I will continue to love him and keep him close to my heart. Grandma Jane. As I lay here thinking about you, the conversations, the all day calls just to see what I was doing, the advice you needed from me, the advice I asked you for, I realized that you were not just a son, but a friend. Even though my heart is not at ease, the thoughts of the love that you shared with everyone comforts me. I will forever love you, knucklehead, mama. And that's the end of the obituary. Um, like it probably was about a handful of people that came to the funeral off of my side of the family. It was she was worried that I was gonna do something, or I was gonna make a scene, or I was gonna come out. Look, y'all, I'm Keon Daddy. This bitch lying and shit. You know, y'all might as well throw the goddamn obituary away, cause all of them lies. You know, how could somebody be brought on this earth and they don't have no father? And the title of this video will be it's either gonna be the wickedness of a woman or uh, the wickedness of a man cannot compare to the wickedness of a woman. Either or, it's gonna be one of them titles. But let's get back to that. But yeah, this lady right here. Um, I've been wanting to do this for a long time, but it bring back memories. It bring back a lot. It bring back a lot of hurt. And this was my first son. Yep, it's been what 6 years now. And everybody thought, that I went to Africa because this happened to me or whatnot, but that's far from the truth. I found the truth, and at that time, I'm like, look, we gotta get the hell out this place. This place is is going down. Them was my thoughts. It wasn't about my son or whatnot. Um, I was planning on leaving before my son even got killed. So, as far as, let me clear that up. People thinking I went to Africa or whatnot because my son got killed. That wasn't the case. Also, I do have the picture of his killer or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't. Well, I got a lot of pictures and a lot of video and stuff in my computer, and I tried to find it, but I couldn't find it. But if I so happen to find it or whatnot, um, I'll post it. I'll post it on the tube. But yeah, I'm trying to see if I left out anything because it was like in a 20-year time period or whatnot, over 20-year time period or whatnot, and you can't remember everything. But just to get the gist of the story or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? These wicked ass women doing this wicked ass shit. You know what I'm saying? That was wicked as hell. And for her to not even put me in the obituary, which I don't care. You know what I'm saying? My son, he gone. You know, I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? But for you to do that, to try to cover up your own ass, if you was fucking around with two guys, and you didn't know who the baby daddy was. Shit happens all the fucking time, right? But if she was there, you know what I'm saying, and maybe if we was communicating or whatnot, then she could have sounded the alarm just like I did. And she wouldn't have been taking him over there to see this dude or to hang around this guy or whatnot. She was taking him over there. And then, when she can't find him or whatever, you want to call me. I don't fucking know where he at. We ain't heard from him in 3 days, this and that. Oh, now you want to call me. Did you call the one that you was putting him on? As far as this your daddy? Or who went over who was it that went over looking for him in this goddamn abandoned building or whatnot? Or in this trap house or whatnot? I probably was 5 seconds from finding my son. I was on top of the garage, looking at some it was a whole lot of bushes over there. You know what I'm saying? And like somebody had been cutting down bushes and all that stuff, and they were just stacked over there. And I was on the roof, on the garage, looking around, like trying to see if I could see anything, you know, trying to see if I could see anything. Um, at this time, my sister, she was with me, and she was in the backyard, and a whole swarm of bees, started attacking her or whatnot. So I hurry up and jumped off the garage, see what's going on, because she was screaming and hollering. I'm like, I don't know what the hell is going on. So I get down, I see, saying she was getting attacked by some bees. So we stopped looking there, but we had went other places and look vacant houses and all that stuff, but we couldn't find them. So like the next day, they had finally found him, and he was like right where I was looking over. You know what I'm saying? He was in the bushes and stuff. And the guy who killed him shot him in the back of his head while he was asleep. Next to another guy. They, you know what I'm saying? They supposed to be sleeping in the bed, one at one end, one at the other. And he shoot him in the head, but he don't shoot you in the head. And then the guy who, you know what I'm saying, was next to my son, actually told where my son was at. And he said, I guess he told that he did it or whatnot. I didn't know the full length of the story because I didn't go to court or none of that stuff. I went to Africa and shit. They had subpoenaed me and everything. And I'm like, for what? Like, what y'all want me to tell y'all the character of this guy that killed him? Like, but I had went to Africa or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I ain't find out that they subpoenaed me until I was in Africa. My sister told me because she was going to court or whatnot. You know, uh, trying to see what was going on. But the guy he eventually got. I guess he got life. I think he did. Um, because they supposed to got him on another murder that he did like in 2006. But man, that was crazy. But it was all in newspapers and everything, and it had it where she offered the guy some money, or she paid the guy some money, and he told where my son was. That's how they found him. Um, they had it all in the news that she found him and all this stuff, and it was just all lies, man. A lot of bullshit, But man, I feel like you know it could have been prevented, but that was the Most High's will. And if you follow this channel, you know, if it's the Most High's will, it's the Most High's will. Who can resist the will of the Most High? Who can resist the will of God? Nobody. Nobody. But I think I touched on everything. You know what I'm saying? If y'all got questions or whatnot, you know what I'm saying. I'll be more likely to answer them or whatnot. But I said I was gonna, bring y'all this story or whatnot. Here it go. I really don't talk about it like that much, or you know, I keep a lot of stuff in as far as something sentimental like that. You know, but I feel like I had to share this with somebody, because it eats at me every day. Thinking about him and thinking about what it could have been. Just him finding out a little bit more of the truth. You know, but it is what it is. It was the Most High's will. You know, maybe he whooping both of us. You know, but I ain't gonna drag this one on that long. It's been an hour now. Um, I just wanted to put this out there. I said I was gonna do it, and it's done. So, with that being said, it's your boy OG Obadiah. I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai. And with that being said, I am out.